830 or your PAC provider to schedule an appointment to receive the booster. Veterans who received a COVID-19 vaccine outside of VA can also contact them for a booster at the same number and ask they bring their vaccination card to their scheduled appointment. Boosters are also available at all community-based outpatient clinics. WSGW News Time 9:10. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW Weatherology forecast. As we go throughout Monday, we'll see isolated rain and snow showers, a cloudy skies, and a high of 41. Going into Monday night, we'll see rain showers early on, then cloudy skies with a low of 37. Tuesday will be mostly cloudy. We'll see a high of 54 degrees. As we head to Wednesday, we'll see rain showers, a cloudy skies, and high around 55. Thursday, we'll see rain showers throughout the day with partly sunny skies here and there and a high of 56. Friday, we do see a slight drop in temperature. We'll see rain showers, cloudy skies, and a high of only 47. I'm staff meteorologist Amanda Edwards with the WSG forecast. Currently 36.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
Good morning to you and welcome. Welcome to another edition of the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW from my Saginaw Spirit Home Studio. Brought to you by Linda Shepard at Pinnacle Realty. For all of your real estate needs, give Linda a call at 989-295-7713. Later on, we will have open phones, particularly after the 10 o'clock hour on Focus today. We'll focus on the Great Lakes Bay Region Make-A-Wish Foundation. But for this hour, I welcome a very special guest to the program, and we say good morning to Dr. Debashish Merita. Good morning, Dr. Merita.
Good morning, Art Lewis. How are you doing? Good morning to everybody.
We're doing very well, sir. And just as background, Dr. Merita has more than one foundation, but he has a particular interest in the Ukraine and in world peace. And we're going to talk about that with him this morning because he has spent time in the Ukraine. As a matter of fact, you did your medical studies there, didn't you? At least part of them.
Yes, I studied in medical school in Kiev from the first year to the final years.
Thank you for saying Kiev. We're hearing Kyiv in the news now. They've kind of changed the way they say it.
I think that is Ukrainian pronunciation, but when I was there, we called it Kiev. Now they call Kyiv, kind of.
Yeah. Well, my family history traces back to Hungary and Kyiv, so I have a concern too. So you were in Ukraine for a number of years. What were your impressions of the country?
Oh, it is one of the most beautiful country, and people are extremely nice. They're very friendly and very kind, very easy to go along. Our teachers were extremely well trained and very good, very caring, kind, and supportive. We are foreign student there, so we did not know the language. We had problem initially, but within 6 months, we became efficient with Russian language. And we studied in Russian language, actually, in Kiev.
Wow. So you have had a lifelong interest in peace, harmony, and things of these nature. Were you brought up that way? Was that part of your family background?
Yes. I always wanted to see a peaceful world, and my interest is mostly to how to find happiness, because ultimate purpose of all purposes of life is to be happy. Whatever we do, like I became a physician, you became a radio host, all we do just for happiness. ultimate purpose of our life is happiness. So often when patient comes to us, we ask why you came to see me. And they say, I want to get better. Then I ask them, why you want to get better? I want to go back to work. Then I ultimately tell them, you want to be happy. You want to get well. That is your ultimate purpose. So happiness is my purpose too, and peace is my purpose. Without peace, you cannot be happy. That's why, and in childhood, when I was about 4 year old, there was a war in East Pakistan and West Pakistan, and I became a refugee when I was 4 year old and moved to India, and I lived in a refugee camp for about 3 years. So that time and afterward, I decided that I'd like to contribute to world peace and try to bring peace wherever I go, whatever I do. That's why first book I wrote, one of the book, it called Verses of Peace.
Mm. Let me ask just kind of a side question here, because you're a neurologist, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Yes. Do you find people who come to you that are basically happy people, do they get well faster than people who are not happy?
Oh, that is a very interesting question. Yes, those people who want to get better, they get well faster, very quickly. Who has the positive attitude, who thinks that they will get better, they get better faster. But who has a negative attitude, they think that they will not get better. They seek physician to physician, go different physicians. They will not. They usually don't get better. That is a very, very important question. In our office, that's why we have a rule. We never say positive word. I mean negative word. We never say. We always say positive word, and that's why patient who comes to our office usually get better. We don't have a sick patient. That is a very interesting question. Yes.
Mm. So you're a man of actions as well as words. You started the Merida International Institute of Peace and Happiness. What brought that about?
I had a wish always to bring world peace, as I mentioned. So I started to think how I can uh, create world peace, because I am not in power, I am not a president or anything, but I can create an institute and teach people peace, how to be peaceful, how to avoid conflict. That is my goal. And then our goal from the Peace Institute is to create an organization where people can come and become a member or friend of peace. When you just sign off, you become a friend of peace. Then we'll give them some lesson, some teaching, little bit, about 2 pages, and they can be advocate of peace, they can be visionary of peace or diplomat of peace, like this kind of. I'll, I'll improve their thought about peace. Basically, they will improve their thought about peace, and then they can propagate peace themselves. Because by teaching one, and help them to teach other, because I am alone will not able to spread this message worldwide. But if we can create messenger of peace worldwide, then we can spread this. Because sometimes for silly reason we fight, just for silly reason, and we can avoid those kind of war, fight, and bring world peace. Even if we can stop one war in the world, that will be enough um, for me. At least we'll able to prevent some death, some
Mm.
destruction. We can see that death and destruction in Ukraine. It brings tears to my eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, those are hard images to watch. And Ukraine has become your focus now
Yes.
to a degree, hasn't it?
Yes, yes, because I live there. I know those people. It is my second country because I lived there 8 years.
All right, I'm going to take a break, come back. We're going to talk about more about raising awareness and help for Ukraine, more about the foundation. We're talking to Dr. Debashish Merida, and we will return with more after these notes on the Art Lewis Show.
The Menards Garden Center is open.
Great.
At your one-stop destination for all your outdoor projects. Want flowers for your deck, patio, or yard? We've got hundreds of colorful options to choose from. Growing a larger garden? We've got the soils, seeds, and tools you need. Landscaping? Check out our wide selection of edgers, pavers, and patio block. The Menards Garden Center. Let's grow. Savings are mail-in rebates. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Annette Glenn pledged she'd fight to cut car insurance costs. She pushed legislation giving drivers more choice, reducing premiums. Coming soon, a $400 refund check per vehicle. Annette Glenn got the job done. Paid for by Annette Glenn for State Senate.
RocketGrabPlus.com. Why are you paying full price when you know that you can save money at RocketGrabPlus.com? You can check out our deals right now from Salon Blue Day Spa and Boutique, 120 Fitness, Uplift Creative Center, Woody's Hot Dogs, Wonder Burger, King's Fish and More, and the Hamptons Boutique Tanning and Salon. Half off? Yeah, it's true. And it's all at RocketGrabPlus.com. RocketGrabPlus.com.
God, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Uma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending Uma and their all-in-one phone, video, and collaboration solution.
Uma?
Yep. Switching to Uma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Uma.
Now you're feeling it. Visit Uma.com. That's OOMA.com to learn more. Uma. Smart communications for the smarter business.
At Tub of Towels, we started with the toughest messes and quickly realized Tub of Towels heavy-duty cleaning wipes can clean just about anything, like stubborn brake dust, spilled paint, even permanent marker. There's literally thousands made in the USA with over 35,000 five-star reviews. Find Tub of Towels heavy-duty cleaning wipes at your local auto parts store, the Home Depot, Lowe's, and more. Look for the big yellow tub.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
General Motors is receiving backing from Canada for 2 plants, including one that will produce electric commercial vehicles. Reuters says Canada will support GM's multi-billion-dollar investment in the plants. Both Canada's federal government and Ontario's provincial government will invest in the plants in Ingersoll and Oshawa. Tesla CEO Elon Musk has revealed a 9% investment in Twitter. The news revealed in a government filing pushed Twitter shares more than 25% higher. CEO pay is heading for a record as the pandemic recedes. The Wall Street Journal says median pay rose to $14.2 million for the leaders of S&P 500 companies, up from the record of $13.4 million for the same companies a year earlier. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
Run, walk, honor. The Tunnel to Towers 5K Run and Walk in New York City retraces FDNY firefighter Stephen Siller's final footsteps on 9/11. That single event has inspired more than 70 runs, walks, and climbs in different cities across the nation each year. Register for an event in your area or volunteer to start one. Do good and never forget by donating $11 a month at T2T.org. That's T2T.org.
You can hear about the cultural contributions and concerns of the Hispanic community in the Great Lakes Bay region on one of WSGW's new public affairs. Rodarte, publisher of Mi Gente magazine, and I'm inviting you to join us for Mi Gente on air Sunday evenings at 8 p.m.
The 1-2, swing and a miss. He got him with a riding fastball. Oh, man. Goodbye, baby. 6th strikeout for Casey Mize.
The countdown is on. 4 days until opening day. WSGW is your station for the Tigers.
And we're back with you on the Art Lewis Show, talking to Dr. Bashish Merida and talking about his Merida International Institute of Peace and Happiness and about the Ukraine, where he studied in Kiev and got his medical training before migrating to the U.S. So let me ask about this current situation with Putin invading the Ukraine and by all accounts committing war crimes and genocide. And what would you like to see? And I think I know the answer to that, obviously, but what are you doing to try and help?
What we are doing, we are trying to do some fundraising, especially we are trying to help those helpless people, those refugees who has to leave their home and going to other countries. And when they are going there, also we like to help to support them with food and daily necessaries. That's why we are raising the fund through the United Nations Relief Organization. At the same time, personally, we are helping. We sign up for a refugee, that if any refugee comes to United States, we'll support them. At least 3 families, I will support them. That is our goal.
Wow. And there are quite a number of them, I understand, at the southern border waiting in Mexico now to talk to the U.S. immigration people. It's, it just, I'm one of those who believes that nothing is settled with a gun. But it amazes me when you look at history, how many lives have been lost in the name of God, religious wars, and for things that just don't make any sense.
That is right.
But yet it continues. It's a strange time we live in, I think. You agree?
Yes, I think our world was quite peaceful for last 50 years. There were not a big war, especially in Europe, but this is one of the biggest one happening in our watch, and we never suspected that it will happen. They are actually Ukraine and Russia. They are very friendly nation. When I was in Ukraine, I never thought that it is Ukraine, because most of the people used to speak in Russian language. Most of them are very friendly. They are actually intermixed. Like, you never know who is Ukraine, who is Russian. When I was there, I never actually find out that who is Ukrainian. Nobody says that they are Ukrainian, they are Russian. They are like people, and they are extremely friendly and very nice. They could fight. I never ever thought about it, that they will have some fighting, because Russia actually first initiated from Ukraine, from the Kiev. It called Kievsky Rus, like Russian from Kiev, basically. Historically, it is very close and friendly nation, but it happened. Yeah.
Well, it's the work of one man, Putin.
Yes.
It's not the work of the Russian people. It's the work of Putin.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the scheme of things, in the Ukraine-Russia relationship, in the Soviet Union, of course, when that broke up, the Ukrainians, they're sitting on an agricultural gold mine, aren't they? I mean, they are very, very good at agriculture.
Yes, it is. It is an agricultural nation. It's called breadbasket of Russia that time. I mean, of Soviet Union. Still, they export actually one in third place in the world in exporting wheat and other agricultural product. So, when this war broke out, some of the countries are having very difficult time. Actually, they are suffering more than Ukraine itself, because they cannot get enough food now. especially some Arabian country. Most of their supplies goes from Ukraine and from Russia, and both countries stopped supplying those.
So, what do you think of the Ukrainian president,
I
Zelensky?
think he's extremely charismatic guy. He's very young, but doing a tremendous work. I think he inspired many president, prime minister, and many of us to be a great leader. There is no question. And his use of words and his presentation and his even dress up, many of us are following him. Yes,
Yeah, he's a dynamic leader.
very dynamic.
That and they needed someone like that at the time. So it's a good thing. All right, let's talk about the MIIPH, your foundation. If folks want to get involved, is there a website?
Yes. If anyone want to involved with us or be a messenger of peace or friend of peace, please come to our website, MIIPH. If you write anywhere MIIPH, that is Mridha International Institute of Peace and Happiness, .org, then you will get there, and then when you just sign off, then you will be a friend of peace, and then you will able to enter and do a simple course to know what is peace, how we can achieve peace, and how you can contribute. If you can read through this paragraphs and then answer few questions, then you will get a certificate that you are a friend of peace, and then you can go to the next level. That is very, very important. And then next level, when you will finish another simple course, then you can go to the next level. We'll call you like advocate of peace. And it is free of charge. There is no any charge or anything, but you will get a certificate, and you can call yourself an advocate of peace or visionary of peace or diplomat of peace. But there are some contribution you can make on the way, like you can join a peace walk, you can organize yourself a peace walk, or teach a few people how to be peaceful, how to live peacefully in this world. That those are the your responsibility or activity. It is not responsibility. It is voluntary work. If you want to teach other people how to be peaceful, that will be very helpful, and that is your contribution for this organization. And then through this organization in future, we like to do a annual conference. We'll invite people from all over the world, and some Peace Nobel laureate will invite them to give a talk about peace. And you can join us in those conferences. That will be extremely helpful for us too, and helpful for the world.
What is interesting, I think, is that one man, you, in Saginaw, Michigan, can create something that could have world impact.
That is true. I like to create something that will very simple, but will have an impact in whole world. That is my goal. I am writing. Mostly, I write philosophical thoughts, and it is spreading all over the world. I saw that it was translated in many languages, in many newspaper, magazines. It gets published every day. About 2 million people following those writings. Very interesting.
Indeed. And if someone wants to contribute financially to the Ukrainian cause, how would they do that?
Very interesting question. Very nice question. They can just write MIIPH, and they will go their website, and there is a link how to donate, and they can donate immediately, and it goes to those organizations where we'll give the money directly. We never get it in our foundation. Will not get it. We don't have any. We don't touch it. It directly goes to those organizations to help those needy people. Thank you.
Dr. Morita, I want to thank you for spending a little time. I know your time is valuable, and I'm glad to have you with us this morning. We'll have to do it again down the road.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Art. Thank you very much for the listener. Please join us. Please contribute for this cause. And please join our institute. It will be helpful for you, for us, and for the world. We like to make this world peaceful together.
Oh, wouldn't we all? Thanks for being with us this morning. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Dr. Devash Morita, and he, of course, is not only a tremendous neurologist here in Saginaw, but the Morita Institute, International Institute for Peace and Happiness. So you can go online and find out more about it here on WSGW. And I'll tell you what, it's time to play the WSGW Baseball Bucks, presented by Stone Specialists. Right now, you can qualify to win the daily cash prize of $1,000 by entering the keyword at WSGW.com. And the keyword this hour, Angels. Angels, like the baseball team. What you would do is go online to do that. This is an Alpha Media company-wide contest. You must be 18 or older to play. One winner chosen each day, and complete rules at WSGW.com. Baseball Bucks, presented by Stone Specialists here on WSGW.
Hemlock Public School District is proud to announce they are the Innovative District of the Year in 2022. This vibrant school community offers engagement in extracurricular drama, fine arts, robotics, and more. Hemlock Public Schools is a leader in innovation, collaboration, and education with programs from the cradle to early middle college. Call us today at 989-642-5282. That's 642-5282 or hemlockps.com. Hemlock Public Schools, excellence in education. Enroll today.
We're proud to make Pioneer Sugar for you and your family. Proud to be found in your kitchen, the heart of your home. And it doesn't really matter what you make with Pioneer Sugar, whether it's with our granulated white, light brown, or soft confectioners. It's the memories you'll matter the most. Pioneer Sugar, pure and all natural, made from sugar beets grown right here. What could be sweeter than that?
A good grower always knows the forecast, and with interest rates forecasted to rise in the near future, there's never been a better time to lock in a historically low rate on a new irrigation system at your local Zematic dealer. For a limited time, get an additional 1% interest rate discount on already low financing and the earliest delivery dates in the industry, so your new Zematic pivot is ready to roll this spring. Terms and conditions apply. See your local dealer or visit lindsay.com. Full details.
When it comes to cereal disease protection, Prosaro Pro 400 SC fungicide from Bayer makes all the difference. With 3 effective active ingredients for overlapping control of foliar and head diseases and a flexible application window for head scab, it's formulated to lower DON, protect yield potential, and promote superior grain quality. Prosaro Pro, the future of plant health starts here. Visit ProsaroPro.com to learn more. Always read and follow grain marketing and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions.
The CFOs that get it, get it. The CFOs that don't. Behold the CFO, the Chief Financial Officer. This isn't some bean counter. Today, to the strategy, growth, and profitability of the business. But in growing companies, there are 2 kinds of CFOs. One who's struggling to keep up with spreadsheets everywhere, manual processes, errors, and lack of visibility into the numbers. It takes weeks to close the books. And one who's on top of their game. Automated reports, inventory, e-commerce, and HR flow into the financial model seamlessly. Insights coming with a click of a button. This CFO uses NetSuite by Oracle with visibility and control of your financials, inventory, HR, planning, and budgeting. NetSuite is everything you need to grow all in one place. That's why NetSuite is the #1 cloud financial system used by over 29,000 growing businesses. Like I said, get it. The CFOs that don't. Head to netsuite.com/radar for a special one-of-a-kind financing offer. netsuite.com/radar. netsuite.com/radar.
You can unlock more cash than you realize from your home's equity with a cash-out refinance today. In the last year, average home values have gone up nearly 20%. And with Rocket Mortgage, you can unlock thousands in less than 3 weeks. But you've got to act right now before rates go up. So when you're looking to unlock the cash in your home, Rocket can. Call 8338-ROCKET today or go to rocketmortgage.com to get started. Rates current as of 12/12/21. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states and MLS consumer access. Information.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
You are with WSGW in the premier kitchen and bath gallery showroom and design center studios.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW, the Art Lewis Show, and we thank Dr. Maruta for spending some time with us this morning. On to open phones for the remainder of the program right through 11 o'clock this morning, so anything you'd like to chat about, you can get on the line. 989-752-6111 is the number to call. Again, that number is 989-752-6111 from wherever you are. Because long distance and roaming, most countries don't charge it anymore, so it's a free call. That's the kind we like, a free call. Just to finish up talking about the Ukraine a little bit, there was an article today. I think it might have been the New York Times, but I'm not positive. The headline was Putin's fifth column. And it's a discussion really of democracy versus autocracy and how democracy is being challenged around the world by autocrats running for office, and sometimes successfully. There recently, I think this past weekend or within the last couple of days, there was an election in Hungary, and the autocrat, who is a Putin supporter, was elected to office. And there are a couple of other countries around the world where that is going on. I know there are those who think that democracy in the United States is being challenged, that progressives on the far left want more of an autocratic type government, socialist, if you will. I tend not to look at it that way. I tend to look at it as democracy at work. In this country, we are probably the freest nation on earth, particularly in what we can say and express ourselves and how we have a media, even though we don't always agree with it. But it's free and open and not controlled. I believe that that democracy works and works well to protect itself, because in order for any group to succeed, they have to have the majority of votes. If they get the majority of votes, that's democracy at work, even if the result is not a result we like. It's all part of democracy. You don't win all the time. You simply don't. So as we sit here and ponder what's happening in Washington and the things we don't like or the things we do like, depending on your perspective, I guess, look at how it comes about. Watch it in action. It is democracy at work, and we will see that, I think, We will see that in the upcoming midterm elections. The Democrats are concerned. They're very concerned because of President Biden's low rankings and because of their own congressional low rankings. And they're going to most likely lose power in the House, maybe the Senate too. And that again, it's democracy at work. The people speak. When the people don't like what's happening, they express themselves at the polls. It has happened throughout the history of this country. And throughout the history of this country, there have been those who say, oh, democracy is in trouble. We're failing. It's not going to happen, you know. And guess what? Here we are today, 240, 50, whatever it is, years later. Democracy is still thriving in this country. Now, I know if you don't like what's happening in Washington right now, you don't think democracy is thriving. But the reality is it is. And it will show its head come November. This experiment we live in called America has proven itself to be resilient time and time and time again. Now, obviously, things happen that we don't like, that we think are an affront to democracy, and we want to change it. Okay. Come November, you have your chance. You go to the polls. You express yourself by your choice of candidates. If you win, congratulations. If you don't, figure out how to win the next time. And I guarantee you, you will not always win, by the way. Just so we understand that. Part of this democratic process is there are winners and losers. He or she who's in power has the power. And when you're out, you don't. The way to fix it is at the polling place. And you get on with it. All right, we're going to take a break. Lines open for you. Whatever you'd like to chat about, you can give us a call here on the Art Lewis Show.
Is your prostate waking you up more often than your alarm clock? The fact is, the older you get, the more likely you're, which can affect your everyday life. That's where Prostate Complete by Real Health comes in. Prostate Complete is the result of 20 years of experience as a leader in men's health. The powerful formula in Prostate Complete supports natural prostate function and reduced urinary urges for a better quality of life. Available at Walmart. Visit prostate1perday.com for special offers. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hometown feel? That's Saginaw Eagles Landing, the place where everyone greets you with smile after smile. In the casino, at the restaurants, or in the hotel, this is a getaway that makes you feel right at home. We've got hundreds of slots, great food, and a comfy place to stay. So come on in and see what the good times are all about. Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel. Real fun, real friendly. Visit saginaw-eagleslanding.com for complete rules and details.
Annette Glenn, working to restore voter trust. Annette Glenn voted to require a photo ID to vote. Take dead people off the rolls. Make it illegal to connect voting machines to the internet. To obey state law. Paid for by Annette Glenn for State Senate.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents and Doug.
Check it out, Limu, a roadside carnival.
Step right up, folks. Test your strength. Come see the fire-breathing baby.
Let's fan out and tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Look, an emo wearing sunglasses.
Limu, you're famous. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Between business life, social life, and her best bud Loki, Beverly has a lot to focus on, especially a blinding retinal disease. But she's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Beverly, winning the fight means focusing on what's closest to her. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Detroit area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com.
Hey, moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas, WSGW and Fashion Square. Bring out the kids and grandkids for some fun. Saturday, April 16th at Fashion Square Mall, it's our kids' world from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. 3 hours of activities and events, sponsored by Francis Ray Academy. A family-friendly day for everyone, powered by Sarah Automotive in Saginaw. Enjoy the bounce houses, brought to you by Bouncing Bellas and MBS International Airport. Easter Bunny Pictures, sponsored by Freeland Sports Zone Summer Camps. An Easter Egg Hunt, sponsored by LifeChurchMichigan.com. A stage for events, sponsored by Capoco Credit Union. With some prize giveaways, on-site vendors, and more. Something for our kids' world at Fashion Square Mall. Saturday, April 16th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Presented by Fashion Square Mall and WSGW. Find information online at WSGW.com.
On the next Markley Van Camp and Robin show.
The next White House plan is the dumbest yet. Isn't there still a floor yet before we get there?
Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins. Weekdays at noon on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW, the Art Lewis Show. Let's go to our phones. Greg is in Gladwin. Greg, good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
We're doing well, thanks.
Oh, good. You said our democracy is under attack. The reason they were saying that is because Trump and his followers attacked the Capitol. And because
No, wait. Stop for a minute. Because that's not what I said. Democracy is under attack, and it's under attack around the world in various countries where autocrats are running for office. I said nothing about Trump.
But then you said, no, you said, and here in America, a lot of people think it's because of the left. Let's go communists or whatever.
Yeah, a lot of people believe that progressives are trying to make us socialists. Right.
Well, a lot of people right now believe the reason they were saying our democracy is under attack was because of Trump and his followers were trying to steal the last election.
Yeah, part of that is
Trump
true.
Lied to his followers. His Trump follower, he lied to his followers for the 8 months to a year before the election that if he didn't win, it was stolen.
Yep.
So
I understand that, that's the beauty of democracy. Both sides can speak out against the other. And while what you say is true, I think both sides have their responsibilities. The far sides of both parties have their responsibility in this.
Yes, but I wanted to make it clear that a lot of people think it's because the Republicans are trying to overthrow the last election.
Yeah, no, I understand
That's
that.
why they were saying
Yeah, and I omitted that. I should have said that. You're right.
Okay, I just wanted to clear it up.
Good enough. That's good, Greg. That's what this is all about. Glad you called.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye now. Bob in Nashville. Bob, good morning. Bob, are you there?
Yeah, Art, good morning.
Morning.
I'm just wondering, I used to think that the Russian people were against the Ukraine war and that it was all Putin. But I've heard the result of polls lately that say that the Russian people support Putin in this.
Well, hang on a minute.
I've heard another report that says that the young Russian people are against Putin on this and for peace.
All right, hang on a second now. So I have to ask you a question, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
If I were going to ask you, do you support leader X, whoever it is, and I only tell you one side of the story, the favorable side for leader X, and then you cast your vote in the poll, you're going to say you support leader X, right?
Yeah.
Well, the Russian people aren't being told the whole story, are they? They're only being told what the administration wants them to hear. So when they go to a poll and say, yeah, we support Putin, they're supporting Putin based on whatever information they're given. And they don't have access to what we do. They don't see it like we do. If they had seen it like we do, and they see what's going on in the Ukraine and see the death and destruction of innocent people, do you think they'd vote that way?
No.
Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. So that's the...
Although the demonstrations that have been going on from time to time in Russia are composed of a lot of younger people who oppose the war.
They're also suppressed because the rest of Russia doesn't see those demonstrations. They don't broadcast them on television like we do. You know, they only broadcast what they want to broadcast, and you know, God help the person that goes against Putin. You know, you never see him again.
Yeah.
So it's just
they have been suppressed recently. They've diminished in number, that's for sure. The demonstrations have.
Yeah, well, it's because they control what happens in that country.
Yeah.
It's the difference. I mean, you know, we can sit here and like Greg just called a minute ago to remind me that you know, half of the country looks at it one way, half looks at it a different way. We have that right to do that. We have the right to talk about it, sit here on the radio and talk about it without somebody saying, no, you can't say that. We're not going to let you say that. You know, can you imagine that in this country? It wouldn't be the same country, obviously. If, you know, if we were told what we can say and when we can say it and what we can hear and when we can hear it, it wouldn't be the same country that we enjoy right now.
Yeah.
So that's all part of it. It's all part of it. But the Russian people, I would not take to heart any poll in Russia, because you have to ask yourself, what's it based on? What information do they have? And I can guarantee you it's not the information that is unfavorable to Putin.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, all right. Hey, Bob, I got to run out of time, but we'll talk again. Thanks, friend. Take care.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye now. Bob in Nashville, Tennessee, we thank him for giving us a call, and we'll be back.
What's the most important part of a retirement plan?
Income is king, because we all need income. And if you don't have an income plan, you don't have a retirement plan.
That's Kevin Ray, financial coach at Insight Folios. Kevin tells his listeners every week about the importance of income planning, minimizing taxes, and strategies to lead a worry-free retirement. Learn all about that and get your own review by calling 888-885-PLAN. That's 888-885-7526.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for JB's Market in Munger. You are going to get 2 4-packs of breakfast brats for only $5. JB's breakfast brats are delicious, and they're an all-day brat. You can either eat them in the morning with your eggs or on a bun in the afternoon. Don't forget to follow JB's Market on Facebook. Every Monday, they post their weekly ads, so be sure to check it out. And head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
See, when they Google you, search engines don't always get it right. And when they're wrong, it's your reputation on the line. So what do you do when you don't agree with your search results? Call Reputation Defender at 800-401-6681. Reputation Defender is one of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. We have over a decade of experience in fixing people's search results, and we can help you too. Using cutting-edge approaches, Reputation Defender pushes unflattering information down to lower pages of your search results, where few people ever look. We also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, letting you put your best foot forward. Too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. You owe it to yourself to take control with Reputation Defender. Visit www.reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 for free advice on your situation. That's 800-401-6681.
Has this ever happened to you? Your significant other says, we've got to redo the kitchen, and you break out into a cold sweat?
Well, don't worry. It's a common condition, something we call needless remodeling anxiety, and we've got the cure. Heck, we are the cure. Hi, I'm Tom Kreitler.
And I'm Leslie Segretti. Whether you do it yourself or direct it yourself, we can help you keep your project on budget.
So join us this weekend for the Money Pit Home Improvement Radio Show.
The Money Pit, Saturday mornings at 9 on WSGW.
Okay, that wraps up the first hour of the Art and Lewis Show. We'll be back. Next hour is open phones for the entire hour, whatever you'd like to chat about. Meantime, stick around. We've got news coming up at the top of the hour from CBS, the national and international news, and then the local report bringing you up to date on the Great Lakes Bay region and the state of Michigan. I'll be back right after that, right after the news with more good conversation.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Ukraine's President Vladimir Zelensky visiting the town of Bucha outside Kyiv today, where dozens of corpses, some with hands bound, were discovered after Russian troops withdrew. Zelensky says it's proof of war crimes and says they make it more difficult to continue talks with the Kremlin. These images are staged fakes. Correspondent Holly Williams is in southeastern Zaporizhia.
In the town of Bucha, the streets are littered with bodies in civilian clothing. Some, with their hands tied behind their back, appear to have been executed. Others are buried in a mass grave. More than 300 residents were killed, according to the mayor.
Liz Throssell is spokeswoman for the UN's High Commissioner for Human Rights.
Reports emerging from this and other areas raise serious and disturbing questions about possible war crimes.
Lawmakers on the Senate Judiciary Committee are meeting this hour ahead of a vote on Supreme Court nominee Ketanji Brown Jackson. Nicole Killian is on Capitol Hill.
If the committee splits in a tie, Democrats can still advance her nomination and are planning a floor vote later this week. Jackson is expected to have the backing of Democrats and at least one Republican, Maine Senator Susan Collins, which would allow her to be confirmed with at least some bipartisan support.
There's new proof kids everywhere are suffering because of COVID restrictions.
Half of Britain's 5-year-olds started kindergarten this school year developmentally behind, with potentially tragic consequences.
40% of the gap we see at 16 is already evident at 5. And for many of the children, the longer that gap remains, the harder it is to close.
Early childhood expert Felicity Gillespie says the pandemic has created a cohort of young children underdeveloped socially, physically, verbally, and intellectually. Vicki Barker, CBS News, London.
Tesla's founders branching out into social media. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
Elon Musk is now Twitter's largest shareholder. He has previously criticized the company to adhere to free speech principles.
New SEC filing shows Musk has bought a 9.2% stake in Twitter, worth about $2.9 billion. 4-day work week sound appealing? CBS's Jim Krasula says there's a pilot program underway in the U.S. and Canada.
The program, led by a group called 4-Day Week Global, is expected to last 6 months. The idea is that employees work 80% of the time for 100% of their pay, and they have to maintain 100% of productivity. Supporters of the idea say it comes down to working more efficiently, including cutting back on meetings.
Dow down 33. This is CBS News.
Hire with minimal effort and maximum success with Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
As a Blue Cross Medicare member, managing your medications from home is simple. With our easy-to-use prescription drug plans, you can get the medicine your doctor from your local pharmacy or even delivered by mail. For the trusted care you need and want, Blue Cross will be here with more convenient ways of getting it. Like we've been for more than 80 years. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Confidence comes with every card. To learn more, visit bcbsm.com/senior options.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job,
not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
Or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. I am hungered in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungeredInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Moments like making my kids my famous meatballs mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body,
More. I take Ibrance, palbociclib. Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR positive, HER2 negative NBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Live from the 100.5 ID Newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Cloudy skies, a light rain and 37 degrees at 10:05. Good morning, I'm Mike Percha. The Saginaw Police Department is asking for the public's help with information about a homicide that took place yesterday. Police were dispatched to the 1200 block of Dillon Street around 3:50 p.m., where they found the body of 35-year-old Sharday Davenport. Davenport suffered from at least one gunshot wound. There's no suspect information at this time. Anyone with information about the incident is asked to call Detective Frazier at 989-759-1762. You can also call Crime Stoppers anonymously at 1-800-422-JAIL. Saginaw County Central Dispatch reported a second shooting in the city of Saginaw yesterday as well. The police were dispatched to the 1700 block of Walnut Street just before 8 p.m. There's currently no word on any victims or suspects at this time. It's unknown if the shooting is related to the earlier shooting that occurred, which claimed the life of a 35-year-old Davenport. The Friends of the Public Libraries of Saginaw are holding the annual spring book sales starting at the end of April. From April 27th to the 30th, a sale will be held at the Button and Fish Library at 1716 Hancock Street. Then, from May 11th to May 14th, a sale will be held at Zoll Library at 3100 North Center Road in Saginaw Township. Hoyt Library will also have a sale sometime in June, though exact dates have yet to be scheduled. Items for sale include books, music, videos, puzzles, and more. Proceeds support the programming and services at each branch. For more information and a list of times for each day of the sale, visit saginawlibrary.org/about/Friends Library or call 989-755-9833. W1007.
Spring is here. Longer, warmer days, trees budding, perennial flowers blooming, and the return of our state bird, the robin. What we're not looking forward to is rain, flooding, thunderstorms, and of course, power outages. No one wants to be caught off guard with the sump pump problem during a heavy downpour. Reamer Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning can help you plan ahead to avoid a flooded basement. They sell and install primary electric pumps, as well as water and battery-powered backup pumps. Reamer Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning can also bring you back to normal from a wet basement with maintenance or replacement of a flooded water heater, furnace, or boiler. Trust the experts with your plumbing and heating mechanical needs in your home. You have a family doctor. Do you have a family plumber? Reamer Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, 989-792-8738. Or find them on the web at reamerplumbing.com.
Any way you spell it means quality.
WSGW News Time 10:08. The weather forecast is coming up. A jury in Michigan will begin its deliberation today after days of testimony in the trial of 4 men accused of hatching a plan to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer. The jury picked a leader late Friday afternoon following hours of closing arguments from lawyers. Adam Fox, Barry Croft Jr., Daniel Harris, and Brandon Caserta are charged with conspiracy. 3 also face additional charges. Croft is from Delaware, while the others are from Michigan. Jurors were told they could convict the men if they find there was a mutual understanding to get the governor, even if the goal wasn't met. Defense lawyers argue the group was manipulated by an informant who was taking direction for months from the FBI. Eastern Michigan University is offering some unique training for those who want to engage with older adults with a nonprofit time slips. Engage at EMU coordinator Tyler Calhoun has this explanation.
and storytelling technique that we are offering to students, faculty, and staff at Eastern Michigan University and some community members. And so they can go through the time slips training and they can learn how to better connect with older adults that may be experiencing memory difficulty or Alzheimer's.
Calhoun says the training is also a benefit for intergenerational relationships since there's been social isolation during the pandemic. Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan has tested positive for COVID-19. He says in a release the COVID test Sunday morning came back positive. He awoke Saturday with a cough, but a home COVID test was negative for the virus. He took another one on Sunday. He said his symptoms are mild, much like an average cold. He's been a proponent of vaccinations for the coronavirus and said he also received his booster shot. State health officials have reported more than 2 million confirmed cases of COVID-19 and over 32,800 deaths across the state. GW News Time 1010. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW Weatherology forecast. We'll see a few scattered areas of rain and snow mixing at times here for today, then changing to rain showers here late. Cloudy skies, a high in the low 40s. Winds out of the southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour, gusting as high as 20. And then for tonight, a chance for some rain showers here early on, cloudy and temperatures holding rather steady. By Tuesday, mostly cloudy, high of 53 degrees. And Wednesday, a chance a high of 54. Thursday, a chance for rain here late, partial sunshine develops, a high 54. Friday, chance for rain and a high around 47. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Vuchitsky with the WSGW Weatherology forecast. Currently, it's 36.
Now, the only show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
Welcome back. Welcome back to hour number 2 of the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW from my Saginaw Spirit Home studio. And it's an open line hour brought to you by Linda Shepard at Pinnacle Realty, 989-295-7713, the number to call for your residential and commercial real estate needs. Give Linda a call. Let her go to work for you or stop into Pinnacle Realty, M46 and M47 at the Point in Saginaw Township, where you'll also find Cafe 476 and its delicious foods, beverages, and soups, all waiting for you. Open phones this hour, whatever you'd like to chat about, 989-752-6111. I'm going to talk about something that's going to frost some of you. Oh, boy, will it ever. Talk about Hunter Biden for a moment. He apparently lives in a mansion in Malibu, California, for which it's estimated he pays about $20,000 a month in rent. Now, that's fine. You know, if he wants to spend that money to live in that mansion, fine, while he's being investigated for tax fraud and all that. It's what goes along with it that's going to frost you. And that's the Secret Service. Because remember, Hunter Biden, as a member of the First Family, has Secret Service protection. And they, because of the need to be in proximity to the protectee, in this case, Hunter Biden, have leased a mansion in Malibu for $30,000 a month, right next to his. That's the part that's going to frost you. Now, having said that, the only reason it's unique is because it's Hunter Biden, for many. Because this has been going on historically. They are charged with protecting the First Family and its members and other people designated by the president, by the way. And they must be in close proximity to the protectee. So it's not unusual that they would rent a place close to where their protectee is. So I just thought I'd pass that on to you this morning for your consideration. Let's go to our phones. Owen is in Gladwin. Owen, good morning.
Good morning, Mrs. Owen.
I heard on the news today or somewhere where they want to absentee ballot people to put their last 4 digits of their social security number on their ballot. I think that's a great idea because every city, every county, everywhere has, or every government office has a number. So if the social security number matches and you sign it, your vote counts. But if there's a ballot that comes in and doesn't match it, it gets thrown out and you don't get to vote again.
Yeah, no, I listen, I believe in voter ID, and that's a good way to do it. I don't have a problem with it.
And also, my second thing is on softball and track and field in the fall or summer, fall, and then play football, volleyball, and cross country in the spring is because we're getting this shitty weather lately.
Hey, watch your language.
I'm sorry. All
right. So you want to play different seasons? Yeah. Well, listen. We've played baseball this way forever. Not going to change it now. You know, and actually this year, because of the delay, they won't get as much bad weather. So who knows? All right, Owen. Appreciate it.
I'm at the high school, not the major league. I'm at the high school.
Well, listen. Weather is part of football, part of the game. Both sides have to play in it. So, I don't have a problem with that. Football's always been a winter sport. I think it should be. It's not a problem. They get used to it. Hardens them up. All right, Owen, got to run. Let's talk to, bye-bye now. Let's talk to Zeke in Saginaw. Zeke, good morning. Zeke, you there? Hello, Zeke. There you go. Zeke, are you there?
Yeah.
Good. Yep, got you now.
Good. Hey, it's tax season, and we're approaching the deadline. A few things come back to my the IRS. We have the discrimination against conservative organizations. In fact, there was one that Judge Jackson had actually ruled against the IRS in favor of a Jewish organization, Israeli organization. It was in the Wall Street Journal today.
Yep.
They remind us that there were 300 other groups that the IRS was wrongfully discriminating against and apologized for it. The other thing, too, is the IRS also released somehow all those tax releases got out for the wealthy Americans back in June 21st of 2021. So that's another failure of them. So here's something for everyone to think about is the IRS is currently behind, and paper makes a lot of work for them. But also, mailing your tax return in by paper, certified mail, you have proof, and you have. So I'd encourage people to send it more securely by mail, but also what we can do is make more work for the IRS because now they have their auditors doing work, and nobody should believe in efficiency for the government.
They're already short-staffed. They're already short-staffed. You don't have to make any work for them. They've got enough. They're loaded as it is.
Yeah, what was interesting about that is I mailed mine in last year in April, and I just got my refund in March, which is fine by me. I don't care. The neat thing is they paid me 3% interest on it for the delay.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
Yeah. So anyways, if you don't believe in government or the IRS, weaken them by sending paper. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Why weaken them, though? I'd rather have them stronger, not stronger in the way he's talking about, but stronger in being efficient. They're already inefficient. Why make them more inefficient? We complain about government being inefficient. Why would we do something to make them even more inefficient? I don't know that I'd buy into that very much. Russ is in Bay City. Russ, good morning.
Good morning, Art.
Good morning.
Well, front and center in the news today with the anti-grooming parental right law in Florida, and with the pending vote on Judge Jackson to the Supreme Court, pedophilia is front and center. And right here in Bay City, we've got a case that should be making daily headlines. There was a man right now in jail because he defended his daughter who was picked up by a pedophile on probation, whose probation requires him to stay away from children, and the father's in jail and the pedophile isn't.
And why is the father in jail? What did he do to get there?
Well, he
Got to have the whole story, not part of it now.
Huh?
Got to have the whole.
He broke into the pedophile's home.
Okay.
And I'm not sure exactly what he did to him, but I'm thinking he's probably convinced him that it's not a great idea to choose this man's daughter.
So he broke the law too.
Well, you know, hey.
Did he or didn't he?
What are you supposed to do?
Well, that's not the point. The point is, if I left your statement alone, nobody would understand why he was in jail. He was in jail for a reason.
He's in jail because we can't trust to get justice from today's criminal court judges in pedophile cases.
And how come
That's
the
why
prisons?
he's in jail.
Then how come
If
the prisons are
judge
loaded
done
with
his
people?
job and put
Russ.
that man in prison, there would have been no kid being picked up from school.
I mean,
There would
if
have
the
been no
criminal justice system is such a failure, how come our prisons and jails are loaded with people?
truth about it. And we're about one of the only nations on the face of the earth that does.
That didn't answer the question.
Oh, I did. That's why we have, quote unquote, so many people in prisons. Because we tell the truth about it. We tell the truth about who's in our prisons. And
that doesn't answer my question. You tell me all these judges are failures because they're not putting these people away, and I'm telling you the prisons are loaded with them.
And I'm telling you they're picking and choosing who they put in prison.
Yeah, by the facts of the case, I would assume.
You know, that pedophile should have been in prison. And if he'd have been in prison, there would have been no child being picked up from school that shouldn't have been, and there would have been no father breaking into a pedophile's home.
So let me ask you this.
Okay?
How long should that pedophile have been in jail?
Personally, I believe all the statistics.
I didn't ask you. Answer the question.
I'm trying to get to it. I am getting to the answer. There is no proof whatsoever that pedophiles or rapists can be rehabilitated. I believe they should be in prison for life. You let them out 990 times out of 1,000, they reoffend. And now you've got another person damaged for life. No, they have no business being on our streets whatsoever.
All right. Fair enough. You answered it. That's good. All right, Russ. Take care. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
All right, line's open for you. Whatever you'd like to chat about, give us a call here on the Art Lewis Show.
It's time to... You know, the propane tank in your backyard that heats your home? Well, there's no better company to fill your pig than Forward Energy, covering 23 counties. Forward Energy is a family-owned and operated propane supplier that's been fueling area homes, farms, and businesses since 1925. Fill your pig this year. Visit forwardenergy.com to find out about new customer pricing and programs.
Go forward with Forward Energy.
I'll tell you what, it is time to play WSGW's Baseball Bucks, presented by Stone Specialists. Right now, you can qualify to win the daily cash prize of $1,000 by entering the following word online at WSGW.com. The word this hour is Royals, like in Kansas City, Royals. It's an Alpha Media company-wide contest. Must be 18 or older to play. One winner chosen each day. Complete rules at WSGW.com. Baseball Bucks presented by Stone Specialists on WSGW.
RocketGrabPlus.com. Why are you paying full price when you know that you can save money at RocketGrabPlus.com? You can check out our deals: Day Spa and Boutique, 120 Fitness, Uplift Creative Center, Woody's Hot Dogs, Wonder Burger, King's Fish and More, and the Hamptons Boutique Tanning and Salon. Half off? Yeah, it's true. And it's all at RocketGrabPlus.com. RocketGrabPlus.com.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish is...
It's pretty bad. So we're using Babbel.
Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive, bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said,
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
At the United States Postal Service, we deliver with advanced technology and equipment so we can reach over 160 million addresses across the country. We're delivering for thinkers, doers, movers, shakers, groundbreakers, future makers, innovators, trailblazers, disruptors, streamers, dreamers. So no matter what business you're in, we'll always be delivering for you. USPS, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/delivering.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks open mixed, though Twitter shares are rallying up more than 20% with news that Tesla's CEO Elon Musk purchased 9% of Twitter's stock. Starbucks will pull back on buying its own stock and instead will reinvest in the company. Howard Schultz is making changes as he returns to lead Starbucks again. The union representing Amazon employees in Staten Island, New York, is demanding to have negotiations start in early May. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon says the war in Ukraine will slow the global economy. Geopolitics for decades. And Hertz Global Holdings and Swedish electric vehicle company Polestar have revealed a partnership. Hertz will purchase up to 65,000 electric vehicles. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
Are we about to see the end of the dollar? On March 9th, Biden signed an executive order for digital money piggybacking off Senate Bill 3571, the Digital Dollar Banking for All Act. The media says it's the ultimate financial censorship tool and a tool for government surveillance of citizens and control over their financial transactions. Protect your savings from Democrats. Free protection guide. Call 888-201-7262. 888-201-7262. 888-201-7262. Paid for by Monetary Gold.
When Gretchen Whitmer used tax dollars for hush money to cover up nursing home deaths and $11 billion unemployment fraud, Annette Glenn pushed a bill banning tax-financed gag orders on state employees. Paid for by Annette Glenn for State Senate.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
I love my Charmin Super Mega Golden DP goes, yeah. Charmin's got 6 rolls in one. Lasts forever on my buns. Only super mega when I'm cleaning. Charmin's got my booty believing.
Charmin Super Mega Roll is 6 regular rolls in one. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter that within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
The WSGW Morning Team Show.
WSW Online poll, the Detroit Tigers 2022. After several struggling years, Tigers showed signs of life last season with potential future success. Is this year that maybe Casey Mize really dominates? Will the most noted new addition, Javier Baez, spark more offense and a better defense? Do Spencer Torkelson and Riley Green get significant playing time? That leads to our poll question. What will the Tigers do in 2022? Will the Tigers finish below 500? Finish 500 or better? Will the Tigers make the playoff? Play in the World Series.
That'd be a bit ahead of schedule.
It might be. What do you think the Tigers do in 2022? We want to know from you. Head to WSW.com. Scroll down the homepage, find the online poll box, and make your votes, please. It all starts April 8th, opening day. Of course, all the games coming your way for a 55th consecutive year on WSW 790, your home for Tigers baseball.
The Morning Team Show, weekdays 5:30 to 9 on WSG.
And we're back with you on the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW, and Scott is in Saginaw. Scott, good morning to you.
Hey, morning, Art. How you doing?
Doing well.
All right. I got a few things here. I brought this up before. Is this administration, this president, deliberately trying to make America unsafe, or is it just they're trying really hard and bad things are happening. Over a year of this guy in office, let's look at a few things. On day one, he deliberately signed an executive order to undo our energy independence that Trump had put in place for us. He also has deliberately signed orders to undo the stay in Mexico policy. He deliberately is refusing to listen to what the Supreme Court ordered them to do regarding the border policy. He's deliberately refusing to listen. He deliberately fired U.S. military. Now he's allowing Russia to work on him.
Well, stop there. What do you mean he fired the U.S. military?
He was firing U.S. military through COVID. He got rid of people. We lost them. He deliberately did that. He put a policy in play.
How many?
That he wanted. It doesn't matter, Art.
Scott, words matter. You said he fired the U.S. military. We got the strongest military in the world. He hasn't fired the military.
He fired U.S. military personnel.
A few of them,
people lost their jobs.
Okay, that happens all the time.
But it was a policy that he put in. What other president has ever placed a policy in order and said, if you don't do what I tell you to do, we're going to fire you?
They may not have signed the order, but it's always been that way. Any president, now hear me, any president is considered what? The commander-in-chief.
Commander-in-chief.
If you as a military officer do not follow the will of the president, whether you like it or not, what happens?
But the problem...
No. What happens? What happens?
Well, you get fired.
Of course you do.
You can get put in jail. Right. But what happened, though, is what he put in play wasn't actually legal for him to do.
Sure it was. He has the power to sign the executive order. He has that authority. You may not like it. Understand, if you want to say you don't like it, I understand that. But don't make it up, because it's legal for him to sign executive orders. That's part of the power of the presidency. Whether you like the order or not is another thing. Did the president fire some Marines, some Air Force people because they didn't follow what he told them to do? Yes or no? Probably.
Probably yes.
Well, probably, sure. But that's his right.
Okay, and now with that, now he is deliberately releasing our energy reserve. Deliberately doing this. This isn't going to help anybody except our enemies.
Well, that's a whole other story there. That's a separate story, because I don't think he should have either. Because it's, first of all, it's going to mean maybe a couple of pennies that, at the pump, which will encourage more driving, which will drive the price back up again so nobody wins. And the reserve is there, for emergency use. Well, it can be argued, is this an emergency or not? Well, it's an emergency if you're a Democrat, because inflation is going to cause you to lose Congress. You like that? You like that?
But it is, to me, though, Art, a lot of these seem to be deliberate.
They are deliberate. Of course it's deliberate. Anytime a president signs an order, it's deliberate. He's doing it on purpose. Trump did the same thing. He did it on purpose. He was deliberate when he did it. They don't do it if they don't care.
And that comes right back to my beginning point. Trump did things deliberately, and I believe most of us felt more secure. This guy in office now is deliberately undoing some energy independence.
I don't disagree with you there, but I'm just pointing out that everything they do is deliberate. They do it on purpose. Whether you like it or you don't like it is another question. But of course, it's deliberate. He didn't wake up in the morning and accidentally sign a presidential order. He did it on purpose.
Exactly, and that's my point. That he's deliberately making this country less safe. It's no longer by accident. Doing it.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I know that.
I heard you on the radio yesterday at the game too. So I'll talk to you.
Cool. All right, man. Talk to you. Thanks a lot, Scott. And up next is Errol in Saginaw. Errol, good morning.
You want your lightened up for a bit?
Oh, well, lighten away, Errol.
All right, you're going to love this. What's the city that they've been trying to find for 1,000 years?
Atlantis?
Someplace.
Talking about Atlantis, the lost city of Atlantis?
Yeah, Atlantis, okay? They forgot to look in Michigan because we have our own, okay? Now, this is a town that was tried in the 1830s. Okay, they had all kinds of things down there, and it's tucked away between Detroit and Dearborn. And I'm sorry, it's called the Erie Underwater Lost Town, and it was active during the Civil War.
Is it underwater now? Is that what you're saying?
No, yeah, I'll get to that, sir. I'm just lightening your day up a little bit. The village of Ralstonville, never mind. Ralstonville, near the modern day, chartered township of Ypsilanti. It began, and it had a thriving business. It had several bars. It had they made copperware. They built stoves. They had 3 bars. And they had several mills down there. They had 2 stores, and they also had a cooper shop.
Okay.
But by the 1880s, it plunged into decline. It finally just died out because the company that was running everything couldn't get a railroad up and running to haul everything that they had to New York. So with the advent of that, it just
Why is this a lost? Why is this a lost city?
Well, you haven't let me get to it.
Get to it.
Yeah. Okay. It disappeared into the dead zone. The business closed one by one. By the turn of the century, it was a ghost town. Okay.
Yeah.
And in the 1925, Detroit Edison constructed the French Levy hydroelectric project. Okay. They didn't bother to do anything, and pretty soon the Huron River, just like the village, was completely submerged underwater, and it's there to this day.
That's where I wanted to know. Yeah, still there.
Well,
but here's the difference. Here's the difference. What? We don't know where Atlantis is. You know where this village is.
Yes, but did you know where it was at?
I never heard of it.
I'm just trying to lighten your day up from all the crap that's going on, Arthur.
Oh, you always do, Errol.
I need to find something to do. I know. Never mind. Bye. Bye.
All right, buddy. Take care. Bye-bye now. Tim, hang on. We'll get to you next here on the Art Lewis Show on WSGW.
M&R Garage Door wants to invite everyone to stop by their showroom to see what's new with garage doors. They want to remind you that home experts agree that replacing your old garage door with an M&R door can instantly transform the look and curb appeal of your home more than any other exterior improvement. They can professionally install your garage door and opener. M&R has trained staff to their work. Call 894-0971. That's 894-0971. M&R Garage Door. Service is their specialty.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Call 800-631-9123. 800-631-9123. That's 800-631-9123.
Rob tried to manage his constipation with belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. After realizing it was irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, he found another way and finally said yes to adding Linzess.
Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor. Side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. There could be more to your story with IBS-C. Talk to a doctor today. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by AbbVie and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like the course keeps changing right before your eyes. And in order to maneuver it, you need an expert by your side. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PC and tech solutions you need to help you get out in front and stay ahead of the game. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's Ask Dell, a start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents
And Doug.
Check it out, Limu, a roadside carnival.
Step right up, folks. Test your strength. Come see the fire-breathing baby.
Let's fan out and tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Look, an emo wearing sunglasses.
Limu, you're famous. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hi, this is Mike Avery. You know you can hear my outdoor magazine 9 till noon on WSGW, but now there's another option. Saturday morning, 6 till 9. Tune in for the latest outdoor news and information, hunting and fishing tips, wildlife and conservation issues, even some wild game cooking. That's Outdoor Magazine now on Saturday mornings too, 6 till 9, right here on WSGW 790 AM and 100.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Showroom and Design Center Studios. This is WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW, the Art Lewis Show for this Monday morning, brand new week in April. And Tim is in Hemlock. Tim, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, Art. Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome.
I listen quite a bit, and I hear a lot of the same callers calling in all the time, and I haven't called it. I've been listening. And I have to talk about Scott. Back to my old college days, we would classify him as somebody involved in paranoid politics. In other words, things just don't happen. They happen for some type of conspiratorial reason. And the one thing I wanted to question him on, and I've heard this quite a bit, this energy independence. The United States was never energy independent under Trump. We've always imported oil. We became energy exporters under Obama.
We were independent, though, because we exported more than we imported.
Not according to Forbes, not according to the Wall Street Journal. We were still importing all the time.
But you're not talking about the exporting. If I import 10 million barrels and I export 12 million barrels, am I a net importer or am I a net exporter?
We were not energy independent.
Well, you keep saying that. I'm asking about those numbers.
That's a word that's being used that's inaccurate, a term, I should say. As far as gas prices, they're worldwide, sky high. As far as inflation, it's everywhere.
Yeah, but we vote on it. We don't worry about what happens in France. We worry about what happens in the United States.
I knew you were going to bring that up. Yes, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt Biden. That's true. But inflation is the highest in Canada in 40 years.
We don't vote in Canada.
No, I'm just trying to make the comparison.
Oh, I understand that. It doesn't matter.
We're not isolated.
It doesn't matter.
No,
Come time to go to the polls. Come time to go to the polls. You and I both know what most voters vote on.
I agree with you. I'm not trying to say that. What I'm trying to say is people are pointing to big policies or Joe Biden. These policies, this guy's got to be the strongest man in the world because inflation's sky high everywhere. I'm not arguing that it's not going to hurt the midterm elections. I'm saying they're pointing at the wrong person.
No, he is the person in this country.
Well, yeah, he's a person in this country. But
he's the one we worry about.
He's not Trudeau in Canada where gas prices are sky high in inflation.
No, we don't vote for Trudeau.
Macron in France.
And we don't vote for him. And Macron is interesting. Macron has some competition now. There's a question, is he going to win? It's going to be interesting to see.
But I think we're talking two different things.
No, I don't think so. I think
I
people
agree
vote.
with
People
you
are people.
That people will vote on their personal economic interests. I agree with that. All I'm saying is that these problems are worldwide. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and what I'm saying is it doesn't matter. I understand you're
It
absolutely
doesn't
right.
matter for our particular election.
Exactly.
But and I haven't disagreed with you.
That's true. That's true. But you
what
keep
I
going
will
back
say
to it.
is
You keep going
somebody's
back
gotta
to it, and it doesn't make any difference.
Wake up and say, well, Biden's the result of all of our high inflation in the United States and all of our gas prices in the United States. The same thing's happening in every other country, including China right now.
Yep. I'm not disagreeing with you. Not
Well,
disagreeing
we're
with that premise. I'm only saying it doesn't matter.
So when I hear a guy like Scott come on and over again, there's some misinformation. We were not energy independent.
Well, I know you go back to that, and I still say I think we were, but that's beside the point. That the argument.
It's the wrong term.
The argument is so it's semantics, is what you're saying.
No. I'm not saying it's semantics. When did we become energy exporters?
When you export more than you import.
And who was the president?
Trump.
No. Obama.
Well, no, I don't think so. I'd have to go look.
2014.
So, all right.
2014. That's what I'm saying. There's so much misinformation.
Well,
anyhow, I appreciate talking.
Listen. So do I. I love it. And just remember this: misinformation is a two-way street. It works both ways.
Yeah,
it works both ways.
You know what,
and a lot of it is colored by a person's viewpoint.
But you know what Chris Wallace indicated about a week ago, and I thought it was extremely important. He said the news used to be something that radio stations and networks would give out there voluntarily. It was an honor to.
Yeah, I heard that interview.
And then it became, gee, we can make a lot of money off of this. So now we're going to tell people not the facts. We're going to tell them what they
Well, he forgot to mention one thing. He forgot to mention when the news was giving it out voluntarily, they were making a lot of money on it. Don't ever kid yourself that they weren't making money on it.
Well, I'm sure when
they were making money on it because
Brinkley and those people, but they
were
also double checking
and
making sure that things were accurate.
How they did it, yes, but because it's for money, it's always been for money. Because without the money, you don't have the news because you can't support it.
Was it better then when they put it on the air, they made sure it was accurate?
It was better when there was no social media. How's that?
That's true too.
Yeah. All right. Hey, I got to run.
All right.
Take care. Thanks for calling. Appreciate it. We'll be back with more. We'll get to our next caller after this.
At Wildfire Credit Union, our team will tell you that everything we do is for our members because always.
Carl came in on Monday upset because his truck needed more repairs. I completely understand because that's his livelihood. He was ready for something new. So I took him in my office right away and I was able to approve him for an auto loan. He was very happy to be able to leave with that check in his hand to go pick up his vehicle. He even came back a few hours later just to thank me and show me his new truck. I love being able to turn around someone's day.
Knowing members by name, going the extra mile to help them save money, understanding when they really need help. That's Wildfire Credit Union. It's what we do every day. Find out for yourself. Call 800-227-2328. Click on wildfirecu.org or come to experience banking the way it's supposed to be, where it's about you, always. Wildfire Credit Union. Distinctively better. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job,
not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
Or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. I am hungered in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at I Am Hunger in America. Feeding America and the Ad Council.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait. They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hey guys, there is some important news that all men should take very seriously. Your prostate health. Are you waking up at night to urinate? Are you sick and tired of prostate pills that just don't work? Sound familiar? If you are one of the millions of men with prostate problems that are driving you nuts, there is some great news. Prosthogenics is the all-natural product that beat over 157 other prostate supplements in lab tests and was rated the #1 most powerful prostate supplement in the world. #1, because it works. So why not try some Prosthogenics, and your prostate troubles will be a thing of the past. You'll get a great night's sleep and stop waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. To get your free bottle of Prosthogenics, call now 800-20. That's 1-800-600-2020. Take advantage of our 90-day money-back guarantee. Call 800-600-2020. Do it now.
Carrie, can you make sure Ada's cleaned up?
Restaurant Week has Sanjay's tables jam-packed.
Can somebody please refill
He needs more servers to keep these new customers coming back.
Let's keep these tables turning as fast as possible, okay? Gonna need to hustle.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first. And conditions apply.
Now, a WSGW Morning Team Show memorable moment.
This is the 50th year anniversary of Woodstock coming up. And just announced, if you regret you were not around for Woodstock, there are times I'm glad I was not around for Woodstock. Well, I was alive, but I certainly wasn't available to go and attend.
But the music was cool.
Rhino Records has come up with a way to relive the festival in real time. It's created a near complete reconstruction of the concert, a boxed set called Woodstock, Back to the Garden. The definitive 50th anniversary archive is coming out. 38 CDs, 36 hours long. Well, this full box set is coming out to nearly $800.
Ouch. A lot of people bring back memories, and if they were there, they might want to pay $800 to...
Maybe because they don't remember it to begin with.
Exactly.
This would be a way for them to relive it.
This is what I missed. I didn't know this band was there.
We must be in heaven, man!
The Morning Team, weekdays 5:30 to 9 on WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW, the Art Lewis Show, for this Monday, first full week in April. And Joe is in Bay City. Joe, good morning to you.
How do you do, Art? How you?
We're doing fine. Hope you are.
Good. I'm doing pretty good. Hey, I'm going to respond to your last three callers real quick.
Go ahead.
The previous one, he's generally speaking, he might have something there. I mean, as the world goes, Biden may or may not be responsible for this and that, but I'll tell you what, I would ask him, forget about all that crap, and just ask yourself, what policy has our president done in the last 14 months that has helped America? And that's the bottom line. The president takes credit for things that happened that they didn't have anything to do, and vice versa. But ask yourself, what policy done that has helped America?
I can tell you what they'll say.
A big fat zero.
Well, I'll tell you what they'll say. And it'd be pretty hard to refute, but I don't know if you could actually credit him with it or anybody else. The economy is stronger and the job numbers are down. That's going to be the answer.
Well, yeah. Well, the economy, that's a mystery to me. I'm not an expert on it, but I'll tell you what, it's a mystery to me that we're doing as well as we're doing, quite frankly.
Well, but we are.
Anyway,
but we are.
Yeah. Let me go to number 2 caller, gentleman. And he didn't have quite all the facts on that story. Real quickly, it was 2 brothers. And the one brother, like 7 years ago, was involved with a 9-month-old child. And according to the article, it was more abuse than being a pedophile. They really didn't say what it was. But yes, he's on probation for being a pedophile. So his brother's wife called him to pick up her daughter from school because she didn't have a ride. All right. So he did. He picked her up, took her home, and he went back home. He jumps in the shower, and his brother shows up drunker than a skunk. This is all according to the article. And
yeah.
So those are the real
the
facts
rest, as Paul Harvey would have said, the rest of the story.
Exactly. And then the third caller would be Scott. I'm usually in Scott's corral, and hopefully he's in mine usually. But I will say this about what Scott says, and a lot of people, in my opinion right now, and I don't like the word impeachment. I don't want any, you have to really do something bad that requires impeachment. And I think right now with our borders and our national security because of our borders, and that's the first thing our government is supposed to do, is protect us and protect our borders. I feel very strongly that he should be.
Yeah, you know what?
It's disgusting what's going on.
Well, that word has been thrown around way too much in the last 20 years, let's say, whatever, 10 years.
I agree.
And I don't even want to go there because I do not think that you impeach because you disagree on programs. Now, I agree that the borders need
security.
I agree the borders need to be secure, but I don't believe that it's an impeachable offense. I just can't go there. No way can I go there.
We'll agree to disagree.
We need to stop that cycle. Otherwise, every president's going to get impeached when somebody doesn't like them, and it's just not a good way to run the government anymore.
Well, I agree. I agree 100%. But I think this one's serious enough that something has to be done.
All right. Yeah. Well, you do. You throw them out of office in 3 years.
Well, by then it's too late.
Well, no, because you got midterms, and if Republicans take over Congress, that puts a stop to everything.
Well,
all right.
Some things it does, but not everything.
Not everything, and not executive orders, but eventually, time comes. American people get fed up and they react.
If you go over, if you fall over Niagara Falls, guess what? You're not going to be able to go back up. And I think that's right. We're around the border.
All right, good enough. Good enough, Joe. Thanks.
All right,
Take care.
talking.
All right, last caller is Paul. Morning, Paul. Got about a minute and a half. Go.
Yeah, Art, I got to respond to your previous caller there from Hemlock. He don't have all his facts straight. Under Obama's administration, Obama put environmental regulations and restrictions on the refineries and also on fracking.
Right.
And when Trump got in there, Trump took those environmental regulations off of the refineries and off fracking, allowed more fracking. So we were energy independent on low sulfur oil. Gulf Coast refineries are high sulfur oil. That's why we had to import some high sulfur oil. But on low sulfur oil, we were energy independent.
Okay, we got to leave it there because I got to go because I'm out of time. Glad you called. Thanks. Bye-bye now. We'll be back to close out.
When you're up in your sprayer, working your soybean fields, where are you looking? In front of you so you don't roll into a ditch? To your sides to see how the boom is doing? Over at your monitors? Down at your phone? Probably all those places. But there's one more place you should look. Straight ahead into the future. Because how you're farming now, or farm over the next few seasons. If you're only using one side of action, weeds will only become more and more resistant to your preferred chemistries. That's why, if you've made the smart decision to plant Enlist E3 soybeans, don't stop there. Protect them with Enlist herbicides. Their superior tank mix flexibility easily allows for multiple sites of action. Together, you're able to better protect your soybeans and manage resistance beyond this season. Visit Enlist.com to see what a better weed control system can bring to your fields, now and tomorrow.
Do you promise to love, honor, and all others?
I do. I do.
And now, by the power vested in me, I now pronounce you roommates. Go forth.
That's not the vow you took. But if struggles with CPAP have you and your spouse sleeping in separate rooms, it might be time to look into Inspire. Inspire works inside the body with just the click of a remote. That's right, just a button. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Inspire. Sleep apnea innovation.
Talk to your doctor to see if Inspire is right for you. Review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for JB's Market in Munger. You are going to get 2 4-packs of breakfast brats for only $5. Are delicious, and they're an all-day brat. You can either eat them in the morning with your eggs or on a bun in the afternoon. Don't forget to follow JB's Market on Facebook. Every Monday, they post their weekly ads, so be sure to check it out. And head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
Research shows people remember radio ads that remind them of the past. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's an ad that'll really take you back.
Back in my day, I heard a voice from the radio say, Liberty Mutual customizes my home insurance so I only pay for what I need. I'm getting on in years now, but some things an old fella like me just never forgets.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the Art Lewis Show. We thank you for joining us. Back tomorrow with more. Coming up on Focus, we're going to talk about the Great Lakes Bay Make-A-Wish and a fundraiser they have coming up. All of that is ahead after the news this morning, and then we will return with Focus. We'll talk to you in just a few minutes.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Steve Kathan. There are calls for tougher action against Russia with the reports and images coming out of Ukraine of the apparent killing of civilians by Russian troops. Genocide is what Ukraine's president calls it. President Biden this morning.
We have to gather the information. We have to continue to provide Ukraine with the weapons they need to continue the fight. And we have to gather all the details so this could be have a war crime trial.
CBS's Holly Williams is in Ukraine.
Streets are littered with bodies. Some, with their hands tied behind their back, appear to have been executed. Others are buried in a mass grave. On a highway outside Kyiv, Ukrainian officials say images show the naked corpses of at least 4 women. They claim the Russians tried to burn the bodies. There have been several allegations of rape against Russian troops during this invasion. Ukrainian officials say they're investigating.
Well, the House Judiciary Committee is poised to vote Ketanji Brown Jackson's Supreme Court nomination today. CBS's Nicole Killian says action in the full Senate is expected by week's end.
A senior White House advisor tells me that they undecided GOP lawmakers out there that they hope to get, which is why Judge Jackson will be back on the Hill this week, meeting with more senators ahead of the final vote.
In Sacramento, Police Chief Kathy Lester is looking to arrest multiple suspects after the weekend shooting near the city's entertainment district that left 6 dead and 12 wounded.
We have video from our police camera that captured portions of the shooting, and we have received multiple videos and tips from members of the public.
No arrests in Dallas after the shooting at a concert that killed 1 person and injured 11 others. The star of the Grammys last night was CBS Late Show. He won 5, including Album of the Year.
There is no best musician, best artist, best dancer, best actor. The creative arts are subjective.
During his life, Prince was a 7-time Grammy winner, but here he is like you've never heard him.
I think they should get some more money because they be working extra hours for us.
Prince, as a child, commenting on the 1970 Minneapolis teachers' strike that affected him in film uncovered by WCCO-TV. The CBS station used friends such as Terrence Jackson to corroborate.
It is Prince! Oh my gosh!
Prince Nelson was a 6th grader at a junior high school at the time. Wall Street, right now the Dow is down 7 points, but the S&P and NASDAQ are higher. This is CBS News.
There's always something new under the sun. CBS Mornings, weekdays on CBS.
It's an all-star grand opening of the Ascend Sportsbook at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort on Monday, April 4th. You can watch and wager on the college basketball final, meet Morris Peterson and other Spartan Hoops legends, plus giveaways and more. The all your big game headquarters all year round. And it all starts on April 4th. So bring your crew. It's going to be madness. You must be 18 or older to wager. Visit SoaringEagleCasino.com for complete rules and details.
Is your prostate waking you up more often than your alarm clock? The fact is, the older you get, the more likely you'll have prostate problems, which can affect your everyday life. That's where Prostate Complete by Real Health comes in. Prostate Complete is the result of 20 years of experience as a leader in men's health. The powerful formula in Prostate Complete supports natural prostate function and reduced urinary urges for a better quality of life. Available at Walmart. Visit prostate1perday.com for special offers. These statements have not been evaluated. Intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Do you know what people see when they Google you? Search engines don't always get it right. And when they're wrong, it's your reputation on the line. So what do you do when you don't agree with your search results? Call Reputation Defender at 800-401-6681. Reputation Defender is one of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. We have over a decade of experience in fixing people's search results, and we can help you too. Using cutting-edge approaches, Reputation Defender pushes unflattering information down to lower pages of your search results, where few people ever look. We also promote the good stuff. Top, letting you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. You owe it to yourself to take control with Reputation Defender. Visit www.reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 for free advice on your situation. That's 800-401-6681.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Cloudy skies, rain, and 37. Good morning, I'm Mike Kirchhoff. Saginaw City Council is gathering this evening. Here's WSGW's Rick Antonio.
On this week's consent agenda, Council will be looking at several routine purchases, including a $3,900 agreement with Kent Communications for the printing and mailing of this summer's tax bills, and a $7,800 agreement for the printing and mailing of the summer and winter tax bills for next year through fiscal year 2026. The largest purchases on the docket include a nearly $450,000 contract with Champaign and Marks Excavating for upcoming work on the Anderson Enrichment Center and Fire Training Facility parking lots, $53,000 for updated Police Department Fitness Center equipment, and $18,500. Council will also be making 6 reappointments to boards and committees, including the Saginaw Economic Development Corporation, Human Planning Commission, and the Saginaw Arts Enrichment Commission. Rick Antonio, News Radio 100.5 and 790.
Police in Saginaw are investigating a homicide that took place yesterday. Police responded to the 1200 block of Dillon Street around 3:50 p.m. for a report of a shooting. They discovered the body of 35-year-old Sharday Davenport, who died of at least one gunshot wound. Police currently have no suspects in custody and are asking anyone with information about the incident to call Detective Frazier at 989-759. An anonymous tip can also be left with Crime Stoppers at 1-800-422-JAIL. Saginaw police also responded to a second shooting just before 8 o'clock last night. Saginaw County Central Dispatch reported that incident in the 1700 block of Walnut Street. There's no suspect or victim information at this time. It's unknown if the shooting is related to the shooting death of Davenport that occurred earlier in the day. WSGW News Time, 11:07.
Capoco Community Credit Union has you covered this summer for any of your lending needs. Home improvements? You're covered. Patio furniture? You're covered. How about a vacation? Covered. Maybe it's some memories like a wedding. Yep, Capoco has loans to help you with all of those life-changing events. Any dream is possible when you let Capoco dream it with you. Capoco Community Credit Union, Bay City and Saginaw. Plan your summer now. Go online to capoco.org. Member NCUA.
There's nothing like hearing the songs you love on local radio with no subscriptions and no monthly fees. But there's a new bill in Congress that could stop the music. If passed, this bill would tax your local radio station simply to play the music you love. Text LOCAL to 52886 and ask Congress to support local radio stations. Help us keep you connected. News, weather, and traffic that you need each day. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
WSGW News Time, 11:08. The weather forecast is coming up next. There's a no contact advisory for part of the Kalamazoo River after a diesel spill on Sunday following a crash. The Kalamazoo Department of Public Safety says a motorcycle crashed with a semi-truck as the motorcycle tank, and about 40 gallons of diesel fuel leaked onto the street, and some got into the river through the drain system. The Kalamazoo County Hazardous Materials Response Team put out absorbent booms in front of the storm drains and down the river. April is being designated as Chaldean American Month by Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Here's Michigan News Network's Jason Scott.
Community leaders are applauding the governor's decision.
Not only is April a big month for us, but, Michigan is special to us, and we're honored and we're hoping that this becomes a permanent proclamation.
President of Keys, the Kalashu Empowerment of Young Scholars. The community advocate says the Chaldean community is coming off its April 1st New Year, known as Akitu.
The ancient Assyrians and Babylonians would celebrate over a 12-day period during spring. That was, crop season, right? In northern Iraq, there are a ton of parades and festivals and music concerts, outdoor music concerts.
Michigan, especially Detroit, is special to the Chaldean people, as more than 160,000 call the state home, nearly 1/4 of the total living in the U.S.
A student's been arrested after a handgun was found at a suburban Detroit high school. On Saturday, the 15-year-old was charged with carrying a concealed weapon, receiving and concealing a stolen firearm, and possession of a dangerous weapon on school grounds. The student was being held at the Macomb County Juvenile Justice Center. A parent and another student told school administrators Friday the 15-year-old had a gun on the campus of Chippewa Valley High School in Clinton Township. When you see news happening, call the WSGW newsroom at 752-0790. That's 1110. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW Weatherology forecast. We'll see a few scattered areas of rain and snow mixing at times here for today, then change. Cloudy skies, a high in the low 40s. Winds out of the southeast of 5 to 10 miles per hour, gusting as high as 20. And then for tonight, a chance for some rain showers here early on, cloudy and temperatures holding rather steady. By Tuesday, mostly cloudy, high of 53 degrees. And Wednesday, a chance for rain showers, cloudy, a high of 54. Thursday, a chance for rain here late, partial sunshine develops, a high 54. Friday, chance for rain and a high around 47. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Vuchitsky with the WSGW Weatherology forecast. Currently, it's 36.
Now, it's time to focus as it's the people, the places, the businesses, the culture, the area events and activities, all put into focus on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
And a good morning and welcome to another edition of Focus on WSGW. I'm Art Lewis from my second on Spirit Home Studio, sponsored today by RoofMax, the safe, proven, and affordable alternative to expensive asphalt shingle roof replacement. Find out about RoofMax online at roofmax.com or call Ben at 989-859-6751. RoofMax, and that's with 2 X's. Today, we're going to talk about Make-A-Wish and a fundraiser coming up for Make-A-Wish and from the Great Lakes Bay Make-A-Wish Group. We say good morning, first of all, to Glenn Wyman. Glenn, good morning.
Good morning, Art.
Good morning. Thanks for being with us. Also on the line is Kathy. And Kathy, tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Hi, Art. I'm Kathy Geiger, and I work for Associated Builders and Contractors, Greater Michigan Chapter.
Aha. So let's start, I guess, Glenn, with an overview of the Great Lakes Bay Make-A-Wish. I think most people know what Make-A-Wish is, but why don't you kind of, and give us a refresher, if you will.
Okay. So Art, basically, we have partnered. I'm a liaison, volunteer to get. I've got involved on Make-A-Wish about 17 years ago. So the Great Lakes company, the Great Lakes ABC Builders and with Make-A-Wish, this is their keystone event to help these kids with life-threatening illnesses. So for 30 years, they've been helping sponsor this program. So we get volunteers like myself involved to partner with ABC Builders and Contractors, and we bring this all together. So over 30 years, we've raised about $550,000 and granted 90 plus area children their wishes, which, can be anywhere. You hear about the Disney, the big deal, like these Make-A-Wish kids go to Disney, and then all kinds of things, playground equipment. They want to meet someone, meet at NASCAR drivers, and people are very gracious on these wishes. So it's our community event to help the local kids in the region. So the money will go to Great Lakes Bay region for these children's wishes.
Well, tell us about the event. What is it and when is it?
Yeah, so the event's April 22nd, coming up here pretty quickly. It's $55 per person. So we do a really classy night. There's a nice buffet with great food, great entertainment by Jedi Mind Trip after dinner. To talk about the kids, we invite some of the past recipients there with their families, which is very meaningful. So the people get to see what they're donating for, and I humbly get to MC this event. I've lost a child to cancer about 18 years ago, Art, so I'm certainly tied into this thing, and it means a lot. And they were great to my family. Super, no questions asked. Just make your wish. So I get to have a passion to help these kids. So that's, and it starts at 6 p.m. on Friday evening, April 22nd.
Where?
The great. So it's a great venue. Holds up to about 400 people, and we'd like to fill it up this year.
All right, we'll talk more about it. Kathy, what got ABC involved?
Yes, so this, as Glenn mentioned, is our key fundraiser that we hold specifically for a nonprofit organization. We've been doing this for over 30 years, and it's near and dear to our heart. All of the proceeds go towards Make-A-Wish Michigan, and we're very proud that we can take part of this. We have wonderful volunteers that help us out, like Glenn. This type of fundraiser is touched by so many people. We have people on our committee that have been affected by Make-A-Wish, like Glenn, myself, another committee member. So we are very passionate about this fundraiser.
Wow, it's been going on almost longer than Jimmy Green's been around, my buddy. And for those that don't know, Jimmy's the head of the statewide ABC now.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna take a break. We come back. We're going to talk more about the event and what happens at the event and Make-A-Wish with Glenn and Kathy when we return here on WSGW.
While you're comfortable inside your home or business, the weather takes a toll on your roof. Wind, rain, hail, UV rays, and the heat of the sun cause premature failure of your shingles. Everyone loves to save money. If you have an aging roof, don't spend a lot of money on replacement. Get a Roof Max shingle treatment and get some peace of mind. Get more life for less money, guaranteed with Roof Max, a powerful fusion of science and nature. Call Ben today at 859-6751.
When state bureaucrats threaten doctors over their COVID treatments, Representative Annette Glenn backed the bureaucrats down. Dr. John Fenninger actions, quote, may have saved many lives. Paid for by Annette Glenn for State Senate.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish
is pretty bad. So we're using Babbel.
Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive, bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said now we speak Spanish.
Babbel. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com. Why are you paying full price when you know that you can save money at RocketGrabPlus.com? You can check out our deals right now from Salon Blue Day Spa and Boutique, 120 Fitness, Uplift Creative Center, Woody's Hot Dogs, Wonder Burger, King's Fish and More, and the Hamptons Boutique Tanning and Salon. Half off? Yeah, it's true. And it's all at Rocket.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, then get ready to pay up. The IRS has giant private collection agencies actively tracking down folks who owe the IRS. So if you think dodging them was stressful in the past, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. Optima Tax Relief has this advice. Don't wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS collectors from targeting you. Ask Optima about the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, and nobody knows this program better than that. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they get results, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get a fresh start. Call today for your free consultation.
Call 800-364-9188. 800-364-9188. 800-364-9188.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas, WSGW and Fashion Square Mall are inviting you to bring out the kids and grandkids for some fun. Saturday, April 16th at Fashion Square Mall, it's our kids' world from 11 a.m. to hours of activities and events, sponsored by Francis Ray Academy. A family-friendly day for everyone, powered by Sarah Automotive in Saginaw. Enjoy the bounce houses, brought to you by Bouncing Bellas and NBS International Airport. Easter Bunny Pictures, sponsored by Freeland Sports Zone Summer Camps. An Easter Egg Hunt, sponsored by LifeChurchMichigan.com. A stage for events, sponsored by Capoco Credit Union, with some prize giveaways, on-site vendors, and more. Something for all ages. It's our kids' world at Fashion Square Mall. Saturday, April 16th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Presented by Fashion Square Mall and WS. Information online at WSGW.com. This is the premier kitchen and bath gallery showroom and design center studios of WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW's Focus. Art Lewis with you. We're talking to Glenn and Kathy about the Great Lakes Bay Make-A-Wish fundraiser coming up on April 27th. And let's talk just for a minute about how families that are struck with the tragedy of a youngster and failing health, how do they get involved with Make-A-Wish?
Kathy, do you want me to take that? Go ahead.
Yeah. So the family contact Make-A-Wish Michigan directly, and we have a partnership with Make-A-Wish Michigan, and they partner with us in that they give us a child to highlight, someone that we can work with, and that will be present at the Make-A-Wish dinner event on April 22nd. And this year of COVID, they'll be joining us via Zoom.
Oh, by Zoom.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So if a youngster, if a family wants to have a youngster's wish fulfilled, do they have to go through the state Make-A-Wish, or do they contact you directly?
Yes, they will go through Make-A-Wish Michigan and get that set up.
And then that filters down to you. Is that the way that works?
Yeah.
And you mentioned, Glenn, how many now since the Great Lakes Bay region's been around?
30 years.
30 years, and how many youngsters have you helped?
90 plus.
Wow. What are the wishes? What the most, you mentioned Disney. I imagine that's number one on the list, but what are most of the wishes?
Well, my son was unique because he had a Honda Civic that I just purchased for him. And Make-A-Wish got connected through Ann Arbor at that time because we had spent a lot of time in Ann Arbor. Mm-hmm. And they came to the house to interview, and he said, "Brandon, what would you like? You want to go on Disney?" And he says, "I want to trick out my car." They're like, "What? What does that mean?" "I want to trick out my car." Like, "Fine, give me the list." And you know what? They didn't ask a question. All I know is that 16-year-old kids at my house every day going, "Mrs. Wyman, what are they sending today?" Tires, that was back when you had the
kidding.
very, and they put everything on that car. It was amazing. Still have it today. We use it to promote Make-A-Wish. So
there's something you said though that I think is interesting, because if you asked most people about Make-A-Wish, they'd probably think of the 5, 6, 7-year-old. But you mentioned your son was 16 at the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Kathy, what's your story out of curiosity?
Yeah, my nephew has cystic fibrosis, and he was able to get a wish fulfilled through Make-A-Wish. And when he was younger, he went to Disney. So that the number one place I think people want to go for, or kids want to go for their Make-A-Wish, is Disney. So that's what he did.
And do they pay for everything?
Yeah.
Wow. That's super. That really is good.
And that's usually about the average wish for like Disney is usually, okay, we've seen some inflation, but it was around $75 for a family to go to Disney.
Yeah.
To make a wish sponsor.
All right, let's talk again about the fundraiser. Again, it's where and when?
Friday, April 22nd at the Great Hall, located at Valley Plaza Resort on Bay City Road in Midland, Michigan.
And the cost?
$55 per person.
Tickets are available where?
Yeah, they're available on the site, abcgnc.org. And if you click on events and networking, a calendar will pop up and you'll see the event on April 22nd on the calendar.
Will tickets be available at the door, Glenn?
Kathy, I think we will have tickets, yes.
Yeah, we're not going to turn people away, but prefer people can register before.
Sure, absolutely. And the money stays, as you mentioned, Glenn, right here in the Great Lakes Bay region. Is that right?
Kathy, I believe we have promoted, right? Is that correct?
Yes, they do stay in, for the most part, in our region. There have been instances where they try to stay within our chapter of what it covers, which does go down the Lansing area into the Somme. But yeah, we really want to promote it for the Great Lakes Bay.
It's a great cause. I mean, the number of youngsters, not only yours but elsewhere, that have been helped are amazing, absolutely amazing. So again, let's have the website where people can go, or the Facebook page where they can go to get information.
Yes, it's abcgnc.org, and we do have a Facebook page specifically for Make-A-Wish fundraiser, and it's ABCGNC Make-A-Wish fundraiser.
Very good.
That's on Facebook.
Well, Glenn, Kathy, thanks for spending a few minutes with us, telling us about it. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day and good luck with the fundraiser. We appreciate your time.
All right. Thank you again.
Thanks. Bye-bye now. All right, we're going to take a break, come back, and close out this edition of Focus and find out what's happening in the marketplace when we return.
At Wildfire Credit Union, our team will tell you that everything we do is for our members because it's about you, always.
I just had a conversation with a member who lives near Traverse City. Mildred has been a member with Wildfire in some way, shape, or form for over 50 years. Wildfire is her preferred financial institution. Same for her daughter who lives in Connecticut. Neither one of them has ever stepped foot in any of the Wildfire branches. Yet they both receive a level of service to rave about. It just goes to show you that it doesn't matter where you live, Wildfire is here for you.
Being the trusted resource for your finances, delivering marvelous experiences no matter where you are. That's Wildfire Credit Union. It's what we do every day. Find out for yourself. Call 800-227-2328. Click on wildfirecu.org or come by any Wildfire location to experience banking the way it's supposed to be, where it's about you. Wildfire Credit Union. Distinctively better. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Time to play WSGW's Baseball Bucks, presented by Stone Specialists. Right now, you can qualify to win the daily cash prize of $1,000 by entering the following word online at WSGW.com. And the word this hour is Rangers, like in the Texas Rangers. So now for Media Company-wide contest. Must be 18 or older to play. One winner chosen each day. Complete rules at WSGW.com. Baseball Bucks presented by Stone Specialists on WSGW.
It could be the best years of your life. In retirement, you'll finally get to do what you want to do. But you have to plan for it. Start by tuning into Mindy and Nolan McIntosh of McIntosh and Associates every Sunday at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Make retirement the best time of your life. Tune in Sundays at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Firm offers insurance services offered only by duly registered individuals through AA Wealth Management, LLC.
Hello, my name is the Reverend Blake D. Strozier, and I am the senior pastor of the Tabernacle